What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Myers World. Right now, we're going to be talking about Day 1 Madden 22 Ultimate Team, the budget beast, budget cards. What are you looking for? What's going on? Now, look, remember like I told you guys before, the interesting thing about MUT, every year there's so many hundreds and thousands or maybe even more people that play MUT. I know franchise is very, very big, but MUT has been taking off year to year, and it's only been growing and growing and growing. But one of the things that happened that people don't really realize, other than Madden vets, like, MUT vets like myself, people will pull this card and look at it like, ew, it's gold, and get rid of it. It's not red, it doesn't have the elite. I'm getting rid of it for like, yo, dude, I gotta get rid of this. You're gonna see a lot of snipes, all right? The situation is gonna be like this, though. Chinn is 6'3", I believe, right? I think he's like 6'3". He's a big safety. 86 speed, 86 excel. Now, I gotta be totally honest. Those numbers suck, okay? They are horrific. They are terrible. But at the same time, he's going to be useful if you just let him play at safety. And let me explain to you guys why. Because of that speed, it won't really matter that his zone is trash like that because he'll have one assignment. Let's say, for instance, you come out in a 3-4 and you're running cover 2. And let's say you have him in at, free safety, strong safety, whatever, right? Underneath, you can always hot route that corner to be a deep blue, soft squat, hard flat, whatever, right? And just know that over the top, if he's going straight line speed over the top, this guy's gonna be there. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? We're gonna discover how good the zone concept is at launch by looking at players like Chinn, right? Because we're gonna see he has a 72 zone. So that means that he won't really be able to manage if you put him in at sub linebacker and you give him like hook curl responsibilities or middle thirds and stuff like that, vertical hooks. Well, no, vertical hooks would be good because he'll go straight and run with them if they're on the street. But if you look at it overall, right, I would keep him as like a cover 2 safety, maybe a deep third safety, because it's just strictly speed that you're looking at. We're gonna have to differentiate between what safeties we want to actually play zone and what safeties we want to just be there for straight line speed. Those are the things that we're going to have to look towards and try to understand early. Because if we don't do that and we start only going after elites, we're going to fall into the trap that EA has set for us. And I don't want that to happen because we're going to start to believe that these things like elites and all these numbers really matter. Now we jump into Isaiah Simmons. 6'4", super, listen dude, 86 speed, 86 excel at launch is unbelievable. More than likely, bro, gut feeling, he's going to get a new card very, very early in the game. Why do I think that? Because he plays like a stud. I don't even know why they should have given him like an 80 overall. Look, I'm not an Arizona Cardinal fan, but when he was out there playing last year, him and Buddha were going crazy. Buddha Baker, however you want to say his name, they were going crazy. So I think he showed enough. I don't know what EA is looking for, but let me just tell you what I'm looking for, right? He can be an excellent sub linebacker in big nickel. And because of that, that is very, very important to make sure that you guys understand. You don't have to spend ridiculous coins on cards that are not, like if you're usering a card and he's sick like this, you can get away with usering him. Now look, abilities wise, will he get pick artist? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think he will. So you might drop some picks, whatever like that, but he's gonna move around and be really, really good for a very, very cheap price. The reasoning behind it is his overall. So they're going to have those little price ranges where you can't really, overprice cards and stuff like that. And EA is monitoring a lot of stuff that's going on. So it's going to be harder to get these cards, sold for higher prices. So you're going to get away with getting this guy for like between 5 and 10K and having him as an all-star user to start the game. Because that's my gut feeling about it. Honestly, I love him as a user right now in Madden Next Gen for 21. I love him as a user. Now, obviously, he's like super fast right now, but it's going to be relative to launch because everybody is not going to be super fast. So it's pretty much going to be a similar game, just different numbers on the cards. You know what I'm saying? And this guy is going to be unbelievable. I'm telling you this because another thing about these 70s and these gold cards, they are going to be going into sets for that Devonta Smith. And, his rookie card, he's going to be the rookie champion. A lot of people are going to make the mistake of just throwing cards into sets. And that happens all the time. And it's very unfortunate. Because if you pull like 2 of these, you can make decent coinage. You could definitely make... Dude, he's going to be a guy that people just... Bro, 6'4", built-in lurker, all those other numbers, it don't matter. Don't worry about those numbers. You're using this card. And that's what's most important. Okay, important. Now look, Troy Apke, everybody knows about Apke, bro. Like this card, like for some reason, nobody respects him, but he's always super fast. This is the reasoning behind why at the launch, you have a lot of players that are winning games, and then you have guys that are losing games. I'm just pointing out to you how you're going to win more games, because you're going to understand the value of what the cards do. Now, speaking of a guy that you just put into a third, this guy right here in a cover 3, 87 speed, it's not going to be a lot of guys that's running past him. Because remember, he's already floating back at the start of the snap. So he's just running back like a bot. That's all he's doing. If you wanted to user him, I can kind of, like, I don't, as a user, it's going to be kind of difficult because I would much rather have the Isaiah Simmons. So he would be a guy I would just float back in coverage if I was going to use him. Like, say I'm putting together a budget squad. And also, for those of you guys that are asking, yo, G-Maya, with next gen, you know, how would these cards play? Next gen is a completely different game. So if you're still playing current gen and you're wondering why I'm recommending this, you'll see why when you play next gen. Everybody is pretty much slow, right? So the cards that have the higher speed, the higher acceleration, that's going to show on the field. That is going to be a very, very important thing that people are going to be able to see, like visibly. Like right away, you'll be able to see that Troy Apke is a lot faster than a lot of the players that you're playing against. So if you utilize him correctly, you're going to win by default. Because people are looking at it like, yo, this dude is garbage. And you be like, yeah, he is. He sucks. But they won't know why he's out there. Then they'll throw a streak and he'll be there before them. And then it's GG's in the chat. Now also, what is it? The bunch tight end, the trips tight end, all that stuff with crossers. Nobody really plays defense on crossers. So all you can do is have guys back there fast for when you get a guy that has good route running to make sure that they can try to break the play up. He's a guy that's fast enough to do that. Now, would I recommend you just go get him and not look at other players? No. But if he's under, like, if he's not your deep third and you want to put him in that sub linebacker, I don't know how well he'll play the run. He has low hit power. He has low zone. He has low man. He has no pursuit. He has no play rec. He don't really have nothing. So I would just leave him straight back in the third because he can't really do nothing wrong. He's just running back, and that's it. But I think that he would be a suitable budget card. L'Jarius Sneed. Look, again, he's going to have another card that's 84. It don't really matter. This card right here, if you can't afford to go through and get some of the other cards, these are great budget card suggestions defensively because you are going to wreak havoc. And let me just tell you another thing that's going to happen, especially if you play a guy like me. I'm going to be raging if L'Jarius Sneed is just locking me up and he's a gold card. But then I'll look at it, and then depending on the speed of my receivers and my tight ends, I can't be mad about it. Because the one thing that always is really, really relevant in Madden is speed at launch. Go back and look at Madden 16 and why it was destroyed. Brashard Perriman, he launched as a silver with 97 speed. And every pro player could not wait to complain. And thus, EA created a lot of nastiness that is still in the games that we play today. The slide-in animations, the warp tackles, all that stuff was created because the card did what the card said it would do. And that's the issue that we've been facing since Madden 16. So the same coding is involved, and that's why all that stuff goes on. We can date it back and find it. It's right there. Anything prior to that, none of this stuff was going on. So the culprit is always going to be Madden 16. But regardless of that, he's fast enough to stay with a lot of the players at launch. The Randy Mosses, you got Lance Allworth. All these guys are going to have decent speed, 86, 87. He can stay with them all. Now, I don't know how you guys will feel about just having a whole team of gold cards. We got to have an elite every now and again, but it's up to you how you want to do it. In all honesty, I gotta let you guys know, he may be like a slot corner or something for me at launch because I'm looking for the higher speed versus the zone and the man and all that, because I know it doesn't really matter as much as it should. So these are just some cards you should, take a look at. Try to make sure you keep it in the back of your head like, all right, if I pull this, let me go check the auction house prices because they're probably going for more. You can make some coins. You could do a lot of different things with the cards at launch. Don't sell them. Hold on to these cards. They're going to have value, and that's a definite. So those are that's it right now for us. I'm going to continue to keep you guys up to date with a lot of the things that are going on as we move forward, and I just want to keep you guys ready to go. Madden 22, you get your 10 hours in 6 days. Are you ready? I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Like the video if you haven't. Subscribe. One love, y'all.